In this video, I'm gonna share with you guys how to supercharge your car soap solution when you're addressing incredibly dirty cars so that you can be effective. Now, let's get straight into it. What's going on? So glad you're here and welcome back to the Wilson Auto Detailing community. If you're a professional auto detailer who wants to become more successful and profitable in your business, or just a car enthusiast who wants to improve your detailing ability, then definitely consider hitting that big red subscribe button right below this video. So I'm super excited about this video because, as many of you guys know who are involved in the Wilson Auto Detailing community, with my own car, this blue Hyundai Sonata behind me, I actually let it get pretty dirty before I ever treat it or do anything because, number one, I'm not over emotionally attached to my car, and number two, it ends up making really great content for these videos, and it becomes a really good kind of subject model for videos where I want to address really heavy dirt and really hammered cars, and so that's what I'm gonna be doing here. So before I start, I just wanna take you guys around my own car that I have probably not washed in 4 to 5 months. You guys can see it is absolutely hammered. I know what some of you guys are thinking, Luke, why, as a professional auto detailer, would you ever let your car look like this? And again, the reason I do it is for you guys, because I love this community, I love this channel, and so many of you guys ask about really dirty cars because a lot of you guys in the business are dealing with really dirty cars because when you are beginning, you tend to have to do the grunt work. And so this is grunt work. This is the stuff that nobody likes doing, but when I let my car go like this, it, yes, gets damaged, but it also becomes incredible for videos just like this. And because I value the content of these videos way more than I value my paint condition of my car, I am totally okay with this. So before I actually show you guys the ingredients and the solution that I make in order to, quote, supercharge your car soap, I wanna make a little disclaimer. Number one, many people are gonna disagree with this. Many people are not going to like this because it totally doesn't follow the rules, but as you guys know, I don't like following the rules in the detailing world. And number two, this is very out of the ordinary, and I wanna kind of explain to you guys the logical breakdown of why I do some of these things. So here we go. So the very first ingredient I'm gonna put in is going to be the 303 car wash. Now this product in particular is not like specific to this experiment. You don't have to use the 303 car wash. You can use any car wash you like. The reason why I'm using this is because it is a dedicated car soap and it doesn't do anything else. What I mean by that is in the auto detailing industry this day and age, there are like wash and waxes and wash and shines and wash and whatever. And so I don't want a wash and whatever. I just want a wash. I want something that is specifically going to attack the dirt. I'm not worried about shine. I'm not worried about leaving a waxed finish. I just want a product that is solely dedicated to actually cleaning the surface, and so that's why I'm choosing the 303 car wash formula. There are probably better formulas that you can choose for this, like for example, Purple Power has kind of an industrial car wash that I think would probably be even better in this situation, but because this is what I have on hand, that is what I'm going to use. Now next, I'm gonna take my Super Clean degreaser and I'm going to add a little bit of this. Some of you guys are probably asking how much of each of these things am I adding, and the truth is, I don't have an exact amount, but I'm just kind of like eyeballing it. It really doesn't matter. You don't have to have like exact dilutions or anything like that. So I've got my 303, I've got my Super Clean, and then the very last thing I'm going to add is kind of weird, but let me explain. The last product that I'm gonna add is from a company called The Wax Shop, and it is their Cherry Snow Foam Car Wash. This specific car wash is dedicated for a foam cannon. It's dedicated for a snow foam cannon, not for actual agitation. It's just for that pre-wash stage. However, I'm going to take some of this and be pretty generous with the amount I'm putting in. Now, I know this sounds crazy that I'm doing this, but why am I doing this? Because in the past 8 years of me detailing and being in this industry and being in the professional auto detailing world, you have to ask the question, what is the point of a foam cannon? At least one of the main purposes of the snow foam cannon pre-wash stage is to remove as much of the surface dirt as you can off of the paint before you actually start physically, manually agitating it. Now, I know that's not the only purpose of a foam cannon. I understand that's just one of the purposes, and some people actually use a foam cannon to agitate, and they just spray it on rather than having to do a 2-bucket wash method. They do a snow foam cannon method, and they actually agitate it with their hands. The reason I'm doing this solution is because this particular car is hammered. It's disgusting. I want something that I'm not worried about swirl marks because I am going to be polishing. I'm not worried about imperfections, and so I'm trying to get something that is a particularly powerful product inside of here on top of the degreaser. This is overkill. I understand adding this in here is probably way OCD, overkill. You don't have to do it. But in my experience, putting these three things together, a traditional car soap that doesn't have any additives, it's just specifically dedicated for cleaning the car, adding a degreaser on top of that, a couple tablespoons of a degreaser, and then on top of that, adding a few tablespoons of a foam cannon specific wash allows it to get some suds. It has some glossing agents in it. It also adds a particular amount of lubricity. Again, the point of a foam cannon is to reduce and minimize scratching. So this, and kind of like Optimum No Rinse, has a lot of lubricants in it that allow me to reduce and minimize scratching. So I'm adding something else in there that's going to reduce the scratching, reduce the marring that I'm doing. Once again, I'm not concerned about that because I am going to be polishing after this, but I think I've belabored the point. You guys understand why I added this. Again, you do not have to do this, but this is kind of my three-step kind of supercharge experiment that I've done for the past several years when I'm detailing a car that's just absolutely hammered. And for the past about 4 years that I've been doing this, it has not disappointed me because I have so many different stages to do with this specific car in the paint correction stage, you know, the cleaning, the paint correction, all that sort of stuff. I'm trying to minimize my time, and this allows me to really strip away everything on the paint without having to worry about going back over it and back over it and back over it. So once again, this is kind of my supercharged formula. So let's go ahead and put the hose to this and let it foam up. Now, I'm not going to be using the 2-bucket wash method, but I am going to stick a grit guard inside of here, so this is something that you guys definitely can use. So let's go ahead and get to it. Now, as I'm washing this, inevitably there are going to be detailers who freak out because I don't use the 2-bucket wash method, or, you know, they say, you're scratching the paint, you're marring the paint because you're dipping it back into your soap clean solution. I'm not going to go into why I don't like the 2-bucket wash method in this video. However, basically what I'm doing is using a grit guard, ton of lubricity in the solution I have, and then number 3, I'm doing all the top parts, and then on the last round, I'm going to do all the bottom rocker panels so that I'm not taking that really horrible dirt onto the paint up top. But again, so there is, you know, caution, you know, I'm being cautious, but again, I'm going to be polishing this car and correcting the paint anyways, so I'm not going to produce any more marring or swirls in doing this than you could notice already, and that's going to be corrected in the paint correction process. And so for those of you who are wondering why, that's a little bit why. So I'm gonna go ahead and go around the whole car so you guys can get a couple different angles of what the finished product looks like, how the light hits it, you guys can see. I wanna talk about a couple things as I'm walking around letting you guys see this. Number one, I wanna re-emphasize that this car was probably not washed in the last, I don't know, 6-ish months. It was also not protected in about the last 6 months. Now, yes, this is my car. Yes, I'm a professional detailer, but once again, I do that on purpose with this car because I don't really care about the condition of this car as far as like it being a looker, because I'm gonna drive this car until the wheels fall off anyways. So this makes really, really great content, really great paint correction content, car wash content. I wanna zoom in here so you guys can see. There was a ton of dirt. I'm gonna go down to this like lower rocker panel. I kind of missed this down here so you guys can see kind of the, I don't know, contrast of the before and the after. Once again, this is like my super car soap solution that I've been experimenting with probably the last 3 or 4 years. Some of you are probably like, man, this kid's crazy. Why does he put that kind of stuff together? There's no way that works. But again, after many years of experimenting with those 3 types of products together, I have concluded that it does in fact work incredibly and significantly better than just using traditional car soap in situations like this that are very particular with cars that are absolutely hammered and just look basically destroyed. They're not maintained, they're not kept up with. You guys can see even the windows look really, really fantastic. I'll let you guys see the roof here. Of course, there's imperfection, there's scratches all over this car, but you guys can see. I'll get kind of a wider view here. There's Coco. Here's a wide view. I'll go to the other side and let you guys see that one more time just to get a few different angles. And There you go. So once again, I just want to reiterate, this is not something I do in every situation. In fact, most of you guys know who are involved in this community that I prefer optimum no rinse for basically every situation, probably 90% of the cars that I detail. But once again, when you have horribly hammered car paint, I like to reduce the amount of time I have to take to wash it as much as I can and really just get to the paint correcting and the stuff that's actually detail oriented, because once again, this is detailing. And so I've been experimenting the last couple years. I do a lot of experimenting, honestly, in the detailing world, especially for this channel, because I always like to take different products, put them together, see how they react, see some off-label uses. So once again, I used the 303 car soap. I used the a product by The Wax Shop, the Cherry Snow Foam. This specific car soap is for foam cannons. And then of course my Old Faithful Super Clean, put some of that in there as well, mixed it together, and there you go. You got a supercharged car soap solution. So if you guys would like to get your hands on any of the products or tools used in this video, check out the Amazon links below in the YouTube description box. I always hook up Amazon links to any products or tools that I use in the videos so that you guys can get your hands on them if you want them. If you use my Amazon links, it does give this channel a small commission, but it helps this channel stay alive so I can keep giving out awesome content just like this all the time. If you like this video and it added some value to your life, hit the thumbs up button. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, hook up all that stuff in the YouTube comments below, because I always read those and I'm sure to get back to you guys as fast as I can. So if you guys are new here, then definitely consider subscribing, because I come out with videos all the time just like this on products, tools, strategies, communication skills, business skills, and so much more, all in an effort to help the pro detailers become more successful and profitable in their businesses. And on this channel, I share the same strategies that turn my business into a full-time income with part-time hours. So if that interests you, definitely subscribe. Once again, thank you guys so much for being involved here. And as always, from Luke here at Wilson Auto Detailing, keep working hard, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Coco, what'd you just ask?
So what do I use to wipe down my dash with, since my fiance won't detail my car?
Hey, that's not what I thought you were gonna say. You can't stand in the frame, babe.
I can. Just let me be in it.
You're not doing anything though. It doesn't make sense. You gotta stand more in.
Okay.
No, not up front. I just mean like in. Okay. So if you guys are new to the Wilson Auto Detailing, wait, what's my thing again? I forgot it.
If you guys are new to the Wilson Auto Detailing, if you want more tools,
wait, hold on. What the heck? So if you guys are new here, definitely consider subscribing, because I come out. Oh, that's right. Okay, I got it. Whoa, serious blank. Here we go.